What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be reacting to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe.
Okay, I need some advice.
All right.
I'm a 30 I'm a 37-year-old woman,
All right.
um, two children.
Okay.
I do not have a problem getting a man. It's just I attract weak men.
Okay.
I am celibate. I've been celibate for 2 years.
What?
I've been celibate for 2 years.
Where that come from?
I'm want to know, is that the reason why?
Mm-mm. You two people that came out of you. What you talking about? I'm saying I'm trying to understand what's the philosophy here. You're not a virgin. You got two people came out of you. What's going on?
No, you did not.
Oh no, you did not have the nerve to bring vagina out here and close it up at 37 years old with two
The
kids out
reason,
here.
and I'm gonna tell you the reason behind that is because when I do open my legs, the men they get crazy.
What you
I'm
mean?
tell Do you want me to be blunt for it? You want me to be
No, I
blunt?
want you to keep it classy, but you trying to say they get pee whipped?
Yes. I
So the
I
solution
got
is so let
snapback.
me get
I
this
have
right. So let me get
Yes.
this right. So you meet a man that's a high value man, a good guy. You think you're gonna be celibate for what? What? Till you married?
Yes.
You got your goddamn mind. I wish I would meet a 37-year-old with two kids and think you gonna shit. Separate checks.
No,
Separate
because I
checks.
know.
Check, please. No.
Mm-mm.
Listen, man. I'm making light
Okay.
of it because it is crazy. You're almost 40 years old with two kids talking about celibate. You need to be trying to get that shit away to secure a man.
No. When
Listen,
I do
listen,
that,
listen. No.
okay.
You're talking about, okay, what you said is you attract lower value men.
Not really.
Okay,
I
not the right
attract.
men, crazy men,
Okay.
whatever, not good guys.
Weak. Let's put it like
Okay,
that. Weak
lower
men.
value is weak.
Okay. Okay.
So when I said if you attracted a higher value man, you think you're going to make him wait until marriage? How do you think
It's
that's?
Sweetheart, I'm gonna tell you like this. My cookies is worth the wait.
Well, first off, check that sweet. No, your cookies ain't worth the wait because you ain't made nobody wait. You got two kids without a marriage.
Kevin is like, hold on, the math ain't mathing. Hold on. She said her cookies is worth the wait. These ain't no good cookies. These may have been cookies that's been on the shelf. You know, it has a little bit of hair on it. A fly just flew on it. Nobody want that cookie. That cookie's stale. But she really believes she just is gonna miraculously get a man to wait to go ahead and be with. Come on, after having two kids, nearly 40, delusional, not happening.
I was married.
Okay, both times.
They're from the same person.
Okay, you were
My
married. Okay, fine. Your cookies
hmm
are worth the wait. So are you telling me you only had sex with one man?
I mean, no, everybody know. No, I'm
All
37. Of
right. So
course
you were a
not.
virgin on your wedding night.
I was not.
All right. So let's get back to the
It's
let's get
about
back to
having priorities. Can I
listen
not? Go
listen.
ahead.
No, you're going to okay. You want answers? I'm gonna give you the answer.
Okay.
You are older. Name me the product that gains value with age and use.
A product that gains value with age and use.
Yeah.
I want to say,
Uh
I
huh.
want to say your mind, but I may be different. I may be
I know. I
wrong.
said a product. Where can you go buy a mind? A
Oh,
product.
a product. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna tell me.
Yeah, nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. And let's just talk about your cookies. They're getting older and they've been used.
That don't mean nothing.
You're right, they don't.
Oh, you are Henri. You are
No, I'm
Henri.
honest. I'm honest, ma'am. Ma'am, what you're saying is I'm going out to the market and
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to require the next man to pay more than the other guys. I'm going to require you to marry me before I have sex with you. No, you can get no higher than your BD.
Wow.
You chose
I
to make you
disagree.
chose you oh, okay.
So you saying a
You
woman
can
that have
okay,
a
ma'am, listen. You can
uh-huh.
disagree, but I don't have 15,000 people over here just because I got lights. You ladies often overvalue yourself. Ma'am, you're almost 40. How
Mm-hmm.
tall are you? How tall are you?
I didn't I didn't hear you.
How tall are you?
About 5'4".
5'4". Dress
Mm-hmm.
size.
Dress size,
Mhm.
size 10,
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
180. But as you could tell, I'm heavy chested. Like
Yes.
I'm
But
mm-hmm.
man, but listen,
Mm-hmm.
5'4", 180. You weigh more than a man.
no, no, I do not. Just because I weigh more than a man does not mean that
First off,
you could
first,
tell.
listen. First off, is it true or not? I said you weigh
Mm.
more than a man. Then you said no, I do not. And then you said just because I do. Which one is
I
it?
mean, I carry
You
my
weigh
weight
more than a
well
man. You weigh more than a man at your height.
because I'm big breasted. That's
No,
why.
man, because you're overweight. I want women who have
Because
far bigger. Man, listen. I'm not trying
okay,
to. No one can see your picture. But see,
oh,
what I need you to do is turn down the diva energy because it's not helping you.
now you trying
You
to say I
you
have diva energy?
yes.
Oh
Because you
wow,
got this energy like, well, you're mean and you're this and that. I'm like, well, you're the one that called in and said, hey, I'm having problems attracting non-weak men.
correct.
And I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm like, well, you attract what you are. So do
Oh,
I. We all attract what we are. So, ma'am, listen and turn down the diva energy. At 5'4", 180 pounds, you weigh more than a man at your height. The average American male is 5'10" and 168 pounds. 5'4", 180 pounds. Seriously, ma'am, if we height weight adjusted you, you will be the size of an offensive or defensive lineman.
And the crazy part is, Kevin is dead serious. He is not even laughing. He's a defensive lineman. Line her up.
Regardless as to how big your boobs are. Because I'm
I'm
sorry,
just letting you talk because you okay. Go ahead.
because you're not 80 pounds of boob.
You comical, but okay,
But
I'm listening.
okay, what size bra do you wear?
Size H.
Okay. And even if I gave you 25 pounds, which would be incredible. Still, you're overweight for your height. So let's keep on moving down the path.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Man, I didn't make the rules, but I'm just saying a woman who's 5'4", dress size 4, dress size 6, 120 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
You're about the height of the women I traditionally date, and they're about 120 pounds, so that's 60 pounds more. I mean, you're
You
fully
said
50%.
you said there are 100. The women that you date are
That
120.
that's about the size you should, the healthy.
What you dating
That's a
white
healthy
girls?
weight. No, now see now you're about to go somewhere where I'm
I
about to
don't
start
care.
getting. Okay. All right. Well, no, white women. I'm talking. I date healthy women.
Okay. See, I'm not sensitive. I have tough skin, so
But why do
I
you
like conversing with
associate
you.
healthy weight with white?
No, I was being sarcastic when I
Well, why
said
be
that.
why? Well, okay, but that's not necessary. See, the sad part is black women have gotten so far out of range with how healthy weight is. We associate healthy with white or no, ma'am. I can show you women in the 70s who were your height, your weight,
Hmm.
and they were no height and they were nowhere close to your weight. We have gotten to the point where we just accept this. And
That's
why am I
true.
pushing this point? Because it lowers your value.
You think
It
so?
lowers your value. Simple as that. How old is your oldest child?
My oldest child is 17.
And your youngest?
My youngest, which is my son, he's 6.
All right. So that means you
Hmm.
got another 12 years. And do you want to have any more children?
I do. I have my tube side. I'm good.
Okay. So any man that you want to attract cannot have children with you.
Oh
He
Lord,
would become a
please.
stepfather. And then what state do you live in?
I live in
Not city,
Kentucky.
state.
Kentucky. I heard you.
Okay.
I'm not incompetent. Kentucky.
Okay. So um, I'm assuming if you would you like to get remarried?
I would if I came across the right individual.
All
Yes, I
right.
would.
And after marriage, do you plan on still working full time?
Yes.
All right.
I know I grew up, I was born in the 80s. I was raised by my grandma, she was a pastor. And I know I would take care of my man, I still work.
But
I
but
mm-hmm.
but a man would still have to meet you and wait until wedding night, and you're not a virgin. Men don't do that at this age.
Yeah.
This is
Uh
why you're supposed to get married early so you don't burn because people don't wait that long. If you met somebody, how
mm-hmm.
long do you think from the day you met them before what was the soonest you could be down the aisle?
I'll say 6 months to a year.
Okay. Split the difference, call it 9 months, which is
Okay.
still pretty fast because there are no kids involved. And
Mm-hmm.
what do you think the likelihood of finding a man who's going to be willing to wait 9 months to a year?
Oh, it's possible.
Sure,
If I come
sure.
across the
See
right
why?
man.
Okay, so again,
Mm-hmm.
this is where the delusion starts. Why do you grown women sit back and say it's possible?
Seriously. And it's also possible to win the lottery. It's also possible to not get bitten by an alligator. Many things are possible. You could do many of things. But what's probable? And this is just a delusion state that they continue to live in. Knowing that you have children, knowing that you're grown, your life is changing. And instead of sitting there trying to figure out what you could do for a man to make it so you can get to the end of life and have someone support and take care of you with the two burdens that you have already. But no, you don't want to make it easier for this man. Everything has to be about you. This woman is selfish and delusional.
So if your kid came home and he had a 49 in the class, and you're like, you need to make an A, and he said, well, you know what? It's possible. It's only a week or two left, but it's possible. You'd accept
Kevin,
that?
stop. Okay,
Because
I get I
y'all
get
always make these because you guys always give yourselves the most extreme benefit of the doubt because you're all special because you're never
so
the
we're not allowed to feel special about,
you're
we're not
not
allowed
no
to
you're
be
not
special.
allowed you're not allowed to put yourself on a pedestal. You're special to your family. You're special to your children. To us, to men out here, you're just another woman. You're not special.
Oh, okay.
And the humility that is gone from so many modern women is what's so troubling. The fact that you think you can be almost 40 years old
Mm-hmm.
talking about I'm gonna be a virgin and you're gonna marry me to get my cookies because my cookies are good, and thinking
Because
that
look,
and
Kevin,
thinking that that
can I
makes
say this?
sense.
Can I
Yeah,
say this? I'm gonna tell you, it does make sense to me because if I
makes sense
tried
to
the other
you.
way, why not try something different? You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
If I tried it one way, it did not work. Why not try something different?
Well, it's not the
That's
sex
like
that was the
a
problem. It's not
oxymoron
the
trying the
sex that
same
was the
thing and getting the
problem.
same
It's not the
results.
sex that was the problem.
You trying to say it was me?
Uh, yeah.
No,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
because my ex-husband still wants to come back to this day. So
Okay.
obviously, I was doing something right.
Okay.
It was him. Once
Okay.
I opened my legs,
Okay.
he started acting crazy.
Okay.
See, now
All
you
right.
see. Okay.
Okay. And again, your
Mhm.
ex-husband.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. And the guys you've dated since then, these weak guys. When's the last time you had a relationship?
It's been like 4 years.
4 years. How long did that last?
4 years. It was a guy. He was a manager, and
Uh-huh.
he's a
A
retired
manager
veteran.
where?
At GE.
Uh-huh. GE? Was he
Mm-hmm.
hourly?
Salary.
And he was weak.
Okay.
I'm asking. You said you attract weak men. He was weak, right?
He turned weak after a while. He did.
Okay.
He did.
After a while, so about how long into a relationship did you find out he was weak?
After we got into, sexual, like 3 years, it took a while
So
for him.
he wasn't weak for the first 3 years. He just
I'm
got.
so serious because
All
you would
right. So
see
why didn't he marry you?
he, why didn't he? Because I
Mhm.
changed my mind. He actually, I'm in
No,
nursing
man. In the
school.
first 3 years,
Go
everything
ahead.
was okay. He wasn't weak. He was a salaried manager at GE, and you had two kids.
Yes. Yes.
Why didn't you marry him?
Because he was older, and older guys are set in their ways.
So
He was
what?
like, what, 8 years older than me. And let's be real,
Oh,
older
hold
guys
on.
are
Oh,
set.
that, 8 years.
Go ahead.
Man, the cookies turned them crazy. She was just about to say before Kevin made his point. Right after we had relations, he just turned crazy. So look, guys, the cookies is making everyone crazy. Them old cookies.
What's the home for?
Ooh, Jesus Christ.
Because at the time I was 34 and he was what, 42?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna let you go ahead and listen to this. Yeah, yeah. 4 years.
Oh,
4 years. And it's always out. The fingers are always out there. Cause you got the Jesus, this is gonna make me $1 million. Are you serious? And this is the problem. Women like you walk around thinking you're the shit. And this all
no,
started
I never,
because this and
no,
this
I
all
don't think I
started.
am.
This all excuse me.
I never once said I think I'm all that. But I know my
But when you
value is
think
the
you're gonna be
difference.
celibate till marriage and think somebody's gonna do that, that's crazy.
Let's be realistic, Samuel. It's about value. I'm not allowed to
Yeah, and your
value
value is
myself.
low.
Oh, wow. And how do you know that? You're not
Because you're
sure
five
that.
foot four and 200 pounds
Okay.
and 37 years old with two kids. That's how I know. In Kentucky.
Okay. That's your opinion.
It's not my opinion.
You never seen my body before, so you're
I
just
don't
going
have to
by.
see your body. I know you're 5 foot four and almost 200 pounds with two kids in Kentucky. And I see your picture.
You just say you
And I'm
couldn't see my.
listening to how you talk. And I'm listening to
Oh,
your energy. I'm listening to your tone. I'm listening to your relationships. See, what it is, you ladies don't like when somebody is this direct with you, honest. I got no dog in this fight. I had a woman on here earlier and I told her she was absolutely gorgeous.
mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to screw you. You ain't giving me no money. What am I getting out of this?
Nothing.
So why do I have to lie?
You don't. And like I said, I have tough skin, so it doesn't. I ask for your
So you're
advice. I
talking
ask for
about
your
value,
advice.
ma'am. I ask you, what
Mm-hmm.
product in on the market increases in value with age and use? Nothing. You're older, you're used, and your value is lower than it was when you were 25 with no kids, than when you was with 20 before you had your first child. That's when your value was the highest, before you had a child. And you're talking about celibacy until marriage as if somebody has to treat you like a virgin. And that is
No,
it. Ma'am, listen. Not having sex with you until marriage is treating you like a born again virgin.
no, it's about my value.
I don't give a doggone what you call it. It's treating you like a born again virgin. A man cannot have sex with you until he is your husband. That is treating you like a. I'm sorry.
It's like y'all validate these hoes out here, but when a woman finds
It's
her
not a
value or
hoe,
her
ma'am. And
worth,
stop. We don't talk about
it's the
these hoes
truth.
out here. I'm talking about you.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know why you
Okay.
ladies think you can be celibate with two kids out here. Well, you can choose whatever you want, but it ain't working because apparently, here's your value. I mean, let's just be brutal, right? Get right down
Okay.
to it.
Okay.
Your value is you obviously think your value is much higher than I'm reading, right?
Oh, wow.
I say much higher than I'm reading.
Okay.
Is that true or false? Because you don't like my assessment, and you think your values higher than it sounds like I'm saying. Is that true or not?
No.
So you think your value is what I'm saying it is?
Well, what you saying? My value is low, right? That's what you're saying.
I'm saying it. Yes, it's lower than when you had no kids.
I mean, that's what any woman after
But
after
but it
30s and
but
kids.
but you're asking higher prices.
Not really.
Yes, you are,
Not
man. You're
really.
asking somebody to
I'm
accept you
asking
not
for an
have.
equal. That's it.
No, no,
I'm
you're
asking for an
asking for
equal.
somebody. Oh, listen, this is not
Hmm.
this is not working. You're asking for
Okay.
somebody not to have sex with you until you're married. That's a high price. That's a virgin's price. That's a
Wow.
virgin's price.
That's your opinion.
Okay, what would you call it, man?
You okay? So I just supposed to be out here just
No,
laying
no,
on
no,
my
ma'am.
back?
I don't know. I don't, no, no. You just answer my question. You say, since my opinion, what would you call it? A man cannot have sex with a woman until he's married to her. That's a virgin price. What would you call
That's
it?
a virgin's price. Wow.
What would you call it?
What I would call it is having somebody that knows their worth. That's what I would call it. That's what I would call it. Be honest with you. It's like okay when you get
No,
when you're
no,
20.
ma'am. Listen, you're not. I don't think. I think you're. See, this is when your ego's too into this,
No,
ma'am.
it's not.
You're not
Okay.
even listening.
Okay. Okay.
If you don't have sex until your wedding night,
Mm-hmm.
that means that person has no idea who you are in an intimate setting. True or false?
That's true. So you want
That's
them to
like
test
being
hard
a
test
virgin.
so test
That
drive before
is
they get
like
the
being no, ma'am. Listen. Stop trying to listen to answer and listen to comprehend.
mm,
I said you have a virgin's price, meaning he cannot have sex with you until after the marriage vows. That is a virgin's price. I ask you, what would you call it? You would say it's knowing my value. No, it's a virgin's price.
okay.
Wait, is this woman not understanding that? Can she not comprehend that? Guys, please, in the comments down below, is she not asking for a virgin's price? These are only things that virgins require, or that a virgin can even ask for. But the fact that you've even had 2 children came out of you, and you're thinking you're gonna get that type of terms is insane.
Ma'am, is your value higher today than it was when you got married?
No.
Were you a virgin when you got married?
Oh yeah. No, I was not. It was higher. You're right. No, I was not a virgin when I got married. No.
So your value was higher when you got married.
No, it was not.
It's not. I don't understand.
You
Let's
said what is
ask
not.
again.
Oh,
When you got
mm-hmm.
married,
Mm-hmm.
was your virgin higher then or is it higher now?
It's higher now.
Please explain.
Why are you tormenting me, Kevin?
No, ma'am, I'm asking you a simple question. You call me. I'm asking you to explain what you just said.
You said is my value higher now than it was when I was married.
I said, was your virgin higher
Now,
then or now?
okay.
And you said now. I said, please explain.
The reason why I think it's higher now, you said my virgin, correct?
No, your value.
Oh, my value. Because you're on my cell phone. That's why it's hard to hear you. My
Okay.
value, the reason why I think my value is higher now than it was when I was married, because I've grown, I've learned, you know what I'm saying? And I got to know who I was as a woman. So I think my value has increased because as you get older, you learn, you grow, you mature. So that's why I think my value has
Ma'am,
increased.
this is not a
Yes.
guy. Okay. So again,
Uh-huh.
this is the equivalent of
Yeah.
saying I've been on the job for 20 years
Yeah.
and listen,
You have
hey,
experience.
listen to freaking comprehend and not
Yes.
respond.
Okay.
I let you speak, but you've been on the job for 20 years. And how often, but then you go out into the market and you find out that what they were paying you at that job ain't what the going market rate is. Happens all the time. Women do not gain value in men's eyes with wisdom, age, and experience. They gain value possibly in your husband's eyes, but not to just men on the market. You're older and used. No product gains value. And you ladies will sit there and fight logic. And let's just get right to the absolute core of it.
Hmm.
Are you attracting higher value men?
Am I attracting higher value men?
Yes.
Is that not what he just asked? What I love when women either say, huh? Or they just repeat the question. That's exactly what he said.
Yes, I am.
For
Yes, I am.
marriage.
Okay, repeat that one more time.
Are you attracting them for marriage?
No, be honest with you, no.
Because you're not.
That don't hurt my feelings. I call for
I'm
your
not saying
advice.
it's
It
gonna
don't hurt
hurt
my
your feelings.
feelings.
It's the truth.
I know, and I'm saying because some women they'll take it personal. It don't bother me, but I
But
understand.
but the thing
I
is,
agree with
man,
you.
the thing is, walking around with this with this energy, like I know my value. I know it doesn't help you get the outcomes you want. It
Hmm.
works opposite. You'll see when this video posts. You'll
Oh my
see. I
God.
can I can tell you. You'll see when this video posts because I can guarantee you people are going to have a field day with some of your responses because it's this ego and prideful and
No,
completely
that's
out
what. Uh
and
huh.
just completely outside of reality. And here's the thing, man. And do you have a sons or daughters?
I have a son and a daughter.
Okay. And
Hmm.
imagine if your son just thought he was the best basketball player ever. He was
Oh
just the
Lord,
shit. Best basketball player. He's colder than Michael Jordan. But there
I
comes
already
a point in
know.
time where he's going to have to show those skills. And does it matter how good a game he can talk? Does it matter
Hmm.
how high a value? No. His actual value will be determined when the coach puts him on the court and he has to compete against other people. And if he
I got what you're
becomes a
saying.
water boy, he cannot sit around saying I'm better than the starters.
I understand what you're saying. I don't feel like I project like I don't feel like I think I'm better than I'm up
Ma'am,
there. I don't think that.
you said your value is higher as an
That's
older
just
woman because
yes.
you have
I'm
age,
not.
wisdom, and experience. And
Yes.
listen to what I'm about to say. Check,
Okay.
listen.
I'm listening. I'm
When
listening.
men pick women,
Hmm.
what what are some of the top reasons men choose a woman?
It could be different. Everybody's answer is
Oh,
different. I'm
here's
gonna say
see
stable.
guys, see what just happened. See, that's that bullshit.
Okay. I'm gonna say stability. Some men do choose
Excuse
women
me.
for stability.
Savability.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
insane. You're insane. You're
I'm
fucking.
still
This is insane. See what happens is they don't
because
want to
I
answer the
had
question, ma'am.
conversation with
I'm going to
men and I
ask. I'm
asked.
going to ask you the question again. In
Okay.
general,
Okay.
why do men pick women for girlfriends, relationships in general? Not nuance, not possibility. What do men generally choose or pick women based upon?
Would they pick them based upon?
Yes.
See, I talked to where I'm from. They say
What do
stability.
men generally pick women based
They
upon?
looks. They looks.
Exactly. Not their
But see,
freaking experience and wisdom.
everyone's different though, Kevin.
Do your looks improve
And that's not always
over
true.
time?
And that's not true
Do
all the
your
time.
looks improve over time and with gravity?
You saying looks all the time. That's
Do
not
your
true.
looks improve over time? Do you
Mm,
look?
mm. Okay, Kevin.
Yep. She meant every bit of that shit. She meant it all. That woman believes everything that was coming out of her mouth. Don't you for one second think she was joking, she was kidding. No, That's who she really believed that shit. She really believes that I'm more valuable and I'm this, I'm that. And this is why dying alone. And you wonder why, and again, go back to the beginning. Why I keep attracting these scrubs and these low level dudes? Relationships are reflective. 5'4", 180 pounds. So she says. I think it's more. 2 kids. Talk about being celibate. Think she gonna make somebody wait till marriage before she have sex. I know what I'm talking about. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, what do you got for me? Are you part of the Walking Dread?
Um, I don't think so. I'm in a relationship that I've been in for 5 years, so I don't think so, but I'm not engaged yet.
What do you mean yet?
Yet, as far as I know it's going to happen, I'm just basically waiting.
How do you know it's gonna happen?
Well, for one, the person that I'm with, like I said, I've been with him for 5 years. We have a
Okay.
child together, so
Okay.
it's not
No, no,
it's
no, no,
not
no.
a
What I'm asking is, how do you know an engagement is going to happen?
this was discussed as far as him telling me. Like this isn't anything that
Okay. And when did you? And
I'm
when did he tell you this?
year one.
Year one. It's been 5 years and you had this baby. Again. And then women come to men with this foolishness and believe that men are just supposed to believe this. It's just supposed to accept this. So it took 5 years. Until this day, she isn't married, but having the child wasn't a big deal. Make it make sense.
He's not going to marry you, and you know it.
I don't agree.
Okay.
The reason why I don't
No, no,
agree is
ma'am. No, ma'am. Listen. I'll let you tell your story. 5 years. You've already had a baby, and you're telling me he told you in year one he was going to marry you, but there have been 5 year ones, and a person has come out of you. He's not marrying you.
will
You
it be different if all those 5 years were the best 5 years
no, I don't care,
that
man.
we've had?
I asked you, how do you know it's going to happen? And you said because it's been discussed. I said when? You said year one. In the chat room, ladies, how many women think this man is going to propose to her? Ladies only. So she disagrees with me. I'm sorry, ma'am. But a man wants to marry a woman, he damn sure puts a ring on it and he does it before you have the baby. There's no reason to marry you. You already had the baby, and you've proven that you'll stick around just on a conversation about an engagement for 5 years. Say I'm wrong. You prove you'll stay around for 5 years just on a conversation about an engagement.
No, like I said, it's deeper than just the
It
the
always is. There's always details, man. But the net of it is, why do you believe he's going to marry you now and he ain't married you yet?
well, for one, like I said, I don't think that someone would waste their time for
Okay.
5 years and
Sure
have a
they would.
baby
Sure they would.
and
Let me tell
Wait, what? This woman just said she doesn't believe a man will sit there and waste his time. If this man is doing nothing with his life and he wants to sit on 2K all day, 24 hours a day, and have no job and have no responsibilities, of course he can. But again, we could already see that this woman is delusional. She is completely delusional. She really believes that this man is going to marry her. And when Kevin is like, no, he isn't, she's like, oh, well, I don't believe that. Because he told me in year 1 and it's been year 5 and it still hasn't happened yet. Delusional.
tell you why they would. Let me tell you why they would. Let me tell you why they would. Since you want to ride this log ride, let's tell you why he would. As long as he can string you along, he's not paying child support. As long as he can string you along, he can still hit it from the back.
why would he be paying child support if he's
Oh, because when he breaks up with you, you're gonna go
what
down
would
to
be my
because when
thing is
you listen, you want to know? I'll tell you. Because when you finally accept the fact that he ain't gonna marry you, and you break up with him, you gonna run on down to child protect. You're gonna run on down to DHS and put him on paper.
no,
He
I
know
wouldn't
that.
do that.
I know. Okay, well, that's why. But you ask why would somebody stay? Because he's not paying. Man, I don't wish. Here's the thing. I don't wish you any particular bad, but man, we've heard these stories for too many. You ladies all think you're special,
No,
dude.
I think that
Why
if
hasn't he married you yet?
because of my attitude, my
But he put a baby in you.
well, of course, I don't think I started with the attitude. I don't think I
Yeah.
started with
But you're
my
still
bad
together. But
attitude.
you're still together. Yes or no?
Yeah, we are still together.
Right. How much does it cost to file for? How much does a marriage certificate cost? How much is marriage license?
I'm not sure.
Less than $100.
Well, my thing is, I guess I put so many stipulations on how I want to get married
Mm-hmm.
that it.
Okay. And
Well,
how's it?
I'm
How
just
do how
trying
do
to
you how do you want to
explain.
be get how do you want to get married?
Well, first, I wanted to. We he took me to get a ring, my finger size. On top of that, like I said, I told him how I want to go about moving to the next level. I want to make sure I'm in a house. We already have a child. We're in an apartment. I want to be in a house. I want to have certain things in place before we just
Such as such as.
a home.
Hmm.
He feels like he's
Let me
under
ask you now.
pressure.
Hold on. Now you.
And now what's crazy about this is she has all these stipulations before she'll walk down the aisle, right? But to push this man's legacy into the next generation, that's nothing to her. That's just to open up. That's it. This woman is not serious about life at all.
You how old again?
I'm 28.
Now, why do you think? Or why are you trying to do all this stuff now after you've had a baby? You've already done the most critical thing a woman can do for a man. And you're telling me that, well, before we do something as serious as marriage,
Yeah, I
I
have
need.
to have a home. We
Oh,
already
shit.
have.
She said it. No, you've already done the most serious thing you can do. What the French toast are you talking
Well, I
about?
can't turn back now. I
But
can't go back
and that's the
and
point. That, oh,
so
gee, she's not getting it. She's not getting it.
what is there not what am I not getting? What do you think I don't
You're
get?
not. I'm thinking you honestly don't get that what you're talking about matters not. You already have the baby. You already are a family. You just need to go formalize it and move on down the path. If he was going to marry you, he would have married you. All this stuff you're putting on top of it, is just another one of these illusions to make you feel better. It's how about this? It's feeling some sort of emotional need, but I think you know and he knows that y'all aren't gonna go the distance. But if you can say it's because of a house or because of this or that, then that gives you plausible deniability. Ma'am, if he was gonna marry you, he'd have married you 5 years ago. It ain't got it got, took you to get your ring size. How much do you need? It doesn't cost anything to go get married. All this
Well,
home and everything else, you already got the kid.
well, like I said, I think of course, you are going to side from the man's point of view.
I'm
So
gonna side from the. I'm aside from what makes sense. And
being honest with myself, I know that I've made it difficult for it to be taken to the next level. I can honestly say that.
I didn't say you didn't, ma'am, but I would say if a man wants to marry you, he's gonna marry you. But see, I'm using this as a kind of a teaching lesson because so many women really truly believe they control when marriage happens. This woman truly believes she's in charge of this process, and nothing I say is going to change her mind. She truly believes this. The only thing she controls is access to her body and who makes a baby. She doesn't control whether or not a marriage happens. Who thinks that if this man actually came up and dropped to a ring, who proposed to her and said, "Let's go get married at the Justice of the Peace next weekend," if that she would say no? If you want to be with him, you marry him. They already got a baby.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah,
basically telling
I understand that you are deluded. I get what
I'm
you're saying, man.
deluded.
Yeah, you are. Yep, yep, you really are. Because
But
you honestly think that first off, you think a home and all this other stuff is going to make you any more secure. It's just a
what I'm
thing.
saying is
It's just a thing, ma'am. It's just
I
a thing.
understand that. So with me putting so many stipulations on how I want to go about the next
Uh-huh.
step
Right.
has made the situation
Right.
uncomfortable, made him feel like he's
Uh-huh.
pressured to work
Right, right,
harder, do
right, right,
things
right. But
differently.
here's the thing, ma'am. Those stipulations are there for what? To make it easier to marry you? What?
No, it makes it easier for us to continue to have a family. I have a
No,
child.
ma'am. See, listen to what I just said. Listen to what I just said, audience. She puts stipulations in place that she knows that she says it's making it harder for her to get married. Why would a woman that wants to marry a man make it harder for him to marry her, especially after they have a child?
Well, I'm not, the reason why I'm bringing it up is not because that's how I want to go about it. That
Ma'am,
is what, that's how
congratulations, ma'am. I get it. I get it. And ma'am, I'll be dead honest with you. This is going to end poorly
can I, okay.
because you have a child. And ma'am, I gotta tell you, you sound either deluded or selfish because you already have a baby. You already have a kid. And if you're going to do something, you and the father need to formalize your situation to keep it moving. But you're so worried about what a house means to you.
Yeah,
Man,
and that's why I
but
brought it
what it
up.
means to you is it means shit. It's just a house. It's a mortgage note. It's not like he's going to buy you a house. You still gonna have to pay for it.
Well, the
So,
point is you,
all right, will get on down to the next one. This is a waste of time. Waste of time. Woo! The Walking Dread. That I am so sorry for you, my friend. I am sorry. I'm sorry that that's your child's mother because you are not going to be able to make this woman happy. And when she finally wraps her mind around the fact that she's not in control of any of this and that she chose a man who is what he is, you are going to be up under courts, up under paperwork. She is going to make your life hell, absolute hell, for stupid reasons. I need a house. We need to buy a house. That's a mortgage. You don't own the house. You won't own the house for 30 more years. It's symbolism over substance. But when you're talking to a woman like that, who really thinks she knows what she's talking about, shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right, she is going to make it make sense. But that's for those at home who keeping score. Been together 5 years. She's already crapped out a kid. And in year one, they talked about marriage. There's no marriage happening here. Ay, Dios mío, my God. Hello. Unmute you. How are you?
Hi, Godfather. I'm fine. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
I am 24.
24. All right. What do you got for me? What are we talking about today?
Okay, so I'm dating somebody that's like 8 years older than me, and I know that I want to get married, and I'm kind of like at this point where I want to know, like, at what point am I wasting my time? Because we've been dating for like about 6 months now. Like, at what point would I be just wasting my time?
How old are you?
24.
And how old, you said he's 8 years older than you?
Hmm.
All right. What, has your father met him?
Yes.
What does your father think about him?
Um, well, I was in foster care, but my foster father kind of doesn't make comments about the people we're dating, like unless he sees like I guess like signs of abuse, like mental, physical and stuff. So he hasn't really said anything, but he seems like he likes him.
All right. Did you start dating him with the express intent of getting married?
Yes, sir.
All right. And did he start dating you with the same intent?
Of getting married, probably not.
Well then how does that work? If you started dating him with the express intent of getting married and he did not have the same intent, that's a disconnect right there.
But I mean, don't people like I mean when you first start dating somebody, I personally didn't think like, okay, I want to marry this man. I think like I made that decision like after a couple months of dating
Well,
and
that's the problem. That's the problem. Dating is dumb because exactly what you describing happens. You guys decide you start to bond to somebody who does not fit. See, what's supposed to happen is let's just assume you are a wife. Then you should only be dealing with people who want to get married and are looking for wives. You have that conversation in the first conversation.
well, we've had that conversation. He's proposed to two other people before. So he's definitely marriage minded. Um
No, 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 no. You're listening to what you're hearing what you want to hear. Did this man start dating you with the express intention that he wanted to get married? And you said no. So everything else doesn't matter.
um
Confirmation bias, you will find a way to make it fit. And you ask me if I'm wasting my time. Why? Yes. If you're a wife, you're wasting your time. But are you a wife?
um
No.
mm-mm.
That's why you.
I'm
That's why
I
you're
would say
wasting your time. Wives wouldn't waste their time. So that's one thing I can't say definitively. Wives don't waste their time. Wives don't waste their time with men who aren't looking to get married. Just like the other woman. She wasn't a wife. You're not a wife. That's why y'all are content to waste your time, and that's fine. But just know that. So when it ends, you can't blame the man.
Exactly. And a lot of women will just turn around and blame the man. And what sucks for a lot of men these days is women like this is just going to sit here, go through 20, 30, 40, 50 different men, and then didn't require any one of them to marry her, but then turn around in the latter years of her life, when she starts to calm down and settle down, then wants to let another guy just go ahead and take care of that while she has her fun and doesn't require anyone else to go ahead and give her the same commitment?
So I don't know. Like I'm still having a disconnect because we've had conversations about marriage and stuff like that, and it's definitely something that he wants. It seems like the conversations that we have about marriage between us is more so a matter of
He doesn't want to marry you. Just like the last lady. Men will talk to you about being married. There's a difference when a man talks about marriage and then a man talks about marrying you.
No, we did talk. No, he has talked about marrying me specifically. He basically has said that.
Are you a wife?
I don't really know. I don't
Were you raised to
know.
be a wife?
But I have things to
Were you
work on.
raised to be a wife?
Excuse me?
Were you raised to be a wife?
No, sir.
Okay. You have any siblings? You said you're in foster care, right?
Yes.
Why do you want to get married?
I want to get married because, for one, I was in foster care with my immediate family, and a lot of my family are married. And then I also want to be married because I'm a single mom, and I now see the importance of having a male figure around my child. I see the importance of having a man in my
Where's your
life, and
child's father?
where is my child's father?
Yep.
Since I decided not to be with him, he is not communicating with me anymore.
How old is your child?
She is 3.
There's all kind of things wrong with this situation.
It is.
You need therapy. You need to get your kid ready for some therapy. And you are not a wife and not ready to be a wife because you just described you want somebody to help you raise their kid. That ain't,
Um,
no, ma'am, please don't fight me on this one. You don't want to go where this is going to go. I understand you're a single mother, you're a 3-year-old, but there are red flags all over the place. And I'm telling you, marriage won't fix what's going on here.
well, I mean, I'm not looking for a stepdaddy per se. It's
Ma'am,
the
it'll be a goddamn stepdaddy no matter what you want to call it. Your
no,
husband, your husband would be a stepfather to your child. Yes or no?
yes, sir. I understand
Thank
that.
you. Then it don't matter. Y'all don't want to call it, but you are. And let me correct you, man. You are looking for a stepdaddy before you're looking for a husband. That's how we look at it. We got to look at that the kid we're taking on cause you're a package deal. He's a stepdaddy first. He's your husband second.
And I don't agree with that.
I don't give a shit if you agree with it. You're not the one that has to take the risk.
Okay.
You got a daughter of a dude that ain't even talking to you. Cool. But that means a man is walking into a jacked up situation. And he has to. And do you want any more kids?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
How many more?
2.
So if a man were to have 2 children with you, every dollar he would spend on the 3 kids, 66 cents of his dollar would go to his 2 kids, and then 33 cents would go to another man's child. How is another man's child an asset for for another man?
I mean, why couldn't I make that same argument since he has a
No,
child?
ma'am, you can't answer. So you can't see what you can't do is answer a question with the question. The question I asked was, how is another man's child an asset for another man?
The child is not an asset to another man.
So the only way to make it make sense is you got to make another argument. And that's the problem. That's the issue. A stepfather is a bad deal today because they don't get the respect. Number 2, you didn't come in saying, I want to come in and support a man in his dreams and desires and what he wants to build in this. You said, I see the importance of having a man around and I want to have somebody. It's all about you and what you need. But what about him? And
Well,
he has to step in. If he marries you, ma'am, your child is a liability. In the way you don't want to look at it this way, but your child is a liability. Meaning this: if he has $1, if he has $100, are you going to allow him to put $100 onto his kids and zero onto your daughter?
um,
Ma'am, don't even make the come on now. If if
it,
if he comes back with a pizza, he
no,
comes
I
back
would.
with a pizza. Comes back with a pizza. The pizza has 12, and the pizza has 12 slices. He gives 3 to his son, 3 to his daughter. He eat 3, you eat 3. Your daughter gets none.
That would be a problem.
Exactly. So he has to provide for your daughter like it's his biological child. True or false?
Yes, sir.
That's not a good goddamn deal for any man.
It may not sound like a good deal, but I feel like I'm not just looking for a stepfather. Like I've committed a lot to him within these past couple months. Like I currently work for him. I quit my job to work for him. Like I've been trying my best to like I'm very submissive to him. I listen to him and I'm very supportive of everything that he's doing. And it when I started to date him, that's when I started to think more realistically
Ma'am,
about
the
I
things I'm saying, things I'm saying to you fit any single mother. So I'm not. It's not about you. It's just the fact that I've been a stepfather. Okay, look, it's not a good deal. Okay, if he chooses to take on the responsibility, just understand that it's not what most men would do. And my thing is, if a man is willing to take on the responsibility of another child today, um, I don't know,
I feel
man.
like it's
I hope he gets the reverence he deserves.
I just feel like I just feel like that's putting me in a box with other people because
Yes,
Listen, here's the thing. Again, women really believe that they're so special. Them and their child is so special. That's exactly what she's looking for. Because again, anything that comes in the household, if her daughter doesn't, or her son, or whatever, I believe she has a daughter, if the daughter doesn't get anything, that's going to be a problem. If you guys then had another child and then he took care of that child more and loved that child more and were doing more things for that child and not for yours, that would be a problem for you. But women like to just push it to the side and make it seem like it's not, and that's not what they're looking for. But then also simultaneously also believing that their child is special. You know, you can't make this make sense. Insane.
it's called a
I
baby mama. That's what you are. You're a baby mama.
no,
That's right. You're in the
that's
box. You're in the
what I'm
baby
referring.
mama box. Yep, you're in the baby mama box. You ain't special. Nope.
I'm
Y'all all think
I'm
y'all
not.
special. Y'all all think you're special. You pick. Look, man. Like it or not, I'm trying to be as nice as possible, but you ain't gonna run that shit over here. You made a baby with a dude that don't even stick around. You're not an ex-wife. You're not a widow. You're a baby mama. That's a
That's not.
box. That's a
That's not what.
box. That's a
But that's.
box.
I understand. That's not what I'm talking about, though. What I was referring to was the comments that you like. Well, specifically, what I was thinking about was when you said how stepfathers don't get the respect that they deserve, because that's the
They don't
conversation.
they don't get the respect from society like they used to. They don't. They don't. They don't.
But
Stepfathers have no rights.
why should the respect of society matter when I respect him and I make sure my child respects him?
The fact that you asked that question just shows how little y'all understand who we are as men. That to men that question answers itself. And the fact that I have to explain it to you shows the gap between female and male understanding today. Go in the comment section and look at what the men say to that. Your respect ain't enough. We live in a world to where your daughter is 3. When she becomes 14 and you have 2 more kids and she sees that her siblings are getting different treatment than she gets. Mama, Dante looked at me a certain way when I came out of the bathroom. I don't like the way he been looking at me. He asked me to do so and so. Uh-huh. All it takes is one allegation, ma'am. Snoop Dogg up on charges right now. It's being sued, not on charges, being sued right now.
I
Man,
think that's on the parents. Like
you know the problem with what?
if, if
The
I feel
problem with
like
the parents? The problem with the
no,
parents?
I want to clarify what I was trying to say. I feel like any child who makes a false allegation against a man like that is a fault on the parents because I feel like
Okay.
that's an
Well,
early
why didn't you
indication.
marry your daughter's father?
Why did I not?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he was after I had my child. I felt like he was not emotionally or mentally stable, and he
How
was
old is
not
he?
26.
So you got a 26-year-old baby daddy and a 32-year-old boyfriend. Your child is 3 years old. Why'd you make a baby with a guy who's 2 years older than you and not emotionally stable before getting married?
Well, when I
Well,
first well when we first started dating, I did not.
you did not have a wedding ring and a marriage certificate. We know that. Why did you marry him?
No, I, we were talking. Me and my child's father had a conversation about
Yeah,
being
but you didn't
married.
have a wedding.
The wedding did not happen
No, it
according
didn't
to.
happen. So you weren't married.
I'm Yes, and I'm saying that the marriage did not happen according to him because he did not
No,
go
no, it
to the
didn't
men.
happen according to anybody. You didn't have a marriage certificate. You didn't have a justice of the peace, a judge, a ceremony. Not according to him. Did you get married legally? I mean, what do you mean not according to him? According to
Yeah,
the law, it didn't happen.
no, I'm yes, I we did not get legally married, but what
Okay,
I'm
then
saying,
why did you do that? Why'd you have a baby coming from foster care, knowing how important family is? Why'd you have a baby before getting married?
because I thought that man was gonna marry me, and I
I
thought he was
know.
gonna.
No. Is that what's supposed to you said that if a kid does something, it's to follow the parents. Okay. Well, then this is the parent who decided to have a baby before she got married because you thought he was going to marry you. You know one way to
Yep.
ensure that. You know one way to ensure that is to get the marriage first, right?
Yes, sir.
Then you wouldn't be in the position you're in right now. Because
But
you
that's
are in a box. You are in a box, ma'am. And here's the thing: you need to understand the box you're in is what the men say it is. Men look at baby mamas different than they do single mothers, women who are married and had kids. You didn't make a good choice. Because understand something: any man that marries you has got to look and say, "You married a dude that was 2 years older, unstable. Then why does he want to raise inferior DNA? Let's just
why
get
would I
real.
call his
Why
child?
would a man want to come in and be a stepfather to inferior DNA? You said he was
Why
mentally unstable or whatever, and not in this case life.
DNA? That's not fair to me. He has a child
Who
as
cares
well.
about fair?
So why does he get a pass when he's a single father? But why do I have to have? Why does he get more respect and I have more faith in him? But as like women are more acceptable. And
Women want fairness. Women want fairness when it suits them.
I'm
This
not.
is what it
I'm
is. Why is it fair, ma'am? You want him to marry you,
no. But I'm asking a legit question. Like,
but
why
no,
is
you're asking a legit question. You ask, and I'm giving you the answer because you want him to marry you. Because we choose, because men decide who gets married. That's
but he
why.
want me like
Listen. Pack it up, calm down, and let me help you. Women choose who gets born and who has sex. Those are your choices. Men determine who gets asked for marriage. We control access to marriage, you control access to sex and who gets born. If you decided you wanted to have an abortion, could your baby daddy have stopped you?
no, sir.
Well, how is that fair to him? Oh, see, you accept the unfairness when it benefits you.
No, I did not accept the unfair.
It's unfair. True or false?
It's unfair, and I did not exercise that right.
Okay, so there is unfairness in sexual dynamics. And right now, you want to marry him. He's 32. He's got a business, right?
Yes, sir.
He's in a better position, so why does he get a pass? Because he's earned it. You haven't. That's the reality. I'm not supposed to say it, but that's the reality. Because he's 32, got a business. He can take care of his shit. Can you take care of your shit?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
That's why he gets a pass. That's how the world works.
Okay.
It's not about what I want you ladies to understand. It is not about fair. And men have been dealing with the inequities, lack of fairness in the sexual marketplace for the longest. Now we're starting to hear women talk about unfair. But understand, the child that he has, does he have custody of the child?
Yes, sir.
That means he's paying and providing for the child.
He has his daughter full time.
Right. And that means he'd have to take money out of his daughter's mouth to put in your daughter's mouth.
Yes, sir.
That's why he gets a fucking pass.
But what is the solution? Because we can't take away all these children that were had out of wedlock. And the purpose of me listening
The solution
to you.
to what? What is the solution to what?
What is this like? How do I get married? Like that's something serious. Like fuck having a stepfather. Like I really have a deep desire to get married, and I can't.
Okay, hold on. What is the solution for you? Hold on, breathe. Hold on. How, you asked what's the solution? Are you asking me a solution for what do we do with baby mamas? We're talking about
No,
you.
how do somebody like myself get married if y'all keep putting me in this box and I don't
No, man,
get?
you put yourself in a box. We didn't do this. You did this. Don't put that on me. You did that.
My question is, how do I get married if all you're going if the man that
Well, you want the answer?
I have a
You
child?
want the answer? The chances are you don't. It's highly likely you won't. And that's what we need to start telling women. If you decide to make a baby before you get married, you are unlikely to get married. Every other race seems to know this. We got black women are married at a 26% rate. So the notion that the least married race of women would do anything to further complicate chances of marriage is insane to us men. You may have had different family circumstances, but you were born in this country. You knew better. You knew what happens having a kid before marriage and after marriage. You know all that stuff, but you chose to decide to do it out of order. So now you take what comes along with it. It comes along with the box.
People had
What you want, people, and what women like women, and what you want won't happen. You want men to say, "Well, she was young, it didn't happen." All right, that comes on an individual level. Individual level. Somebody has to be willing to. Okay, let's look at it this way. Take it away from you, so it's not so personal. Okay. Somebody can go to jail. Somebody can go to jail for a felony.
Yeah.
All right. They got that on the record. Let's say it's for some really bad stuff. Let's say it for something. Let's say they got accused of doing something really heinous.
Okay.
Do they get to apply for jobs like they didn't have a felony?
No, sir.
No, they gotta live with that, and they got to be willing for somebody to take a chance on them. They can say it's not fair, but that's how the marketplace works.
Exactly. And I hope this woman is learning from the situation. The world does not owe you an apology. Not only that, men are not required to put up with BS. And this woman wants great outcomes after terrible decisions. She makes terrible choices, but then wants excellent and amazing options after she's made those terrible decisions. And she's now realizing all of that foolishness that she was doing in the past isn't going to get her where she inevitably wants to be in life. But again, this is really surgical. Kevin is on point as usual. Let's continue.
But I got to ask a question to you now. Because, see, I don't have the benefit of people feeling sorry for me because I'm crying. How is it fair for you as a mother of as a single mother with a child, with a man that you said was behind the curve? He was mental, had some mental whatever going on, whatever, immature and young. How is it fair for you to take your child and ask another man to raise it as his own? How is it fair to him when you said that child is going to be a liability to him? How is it fair?
Life ain't fair.
How the fuck can you say that and then ask me how this should be fair to you? If you can understand it that way, shut those tears off. You can be that fucking cold hearted when it gets that way. See, gentlemen, you see how quick she was willing to say fuck you to the men? But yeah, she got these crocodile ass tears when it's her feelings hurt. That's why I want
It's,
my critics and detractors to say they got no problem putting this shit on men. But then I ask them, how's it fair to have to go raise another man's kid? Life ain't fair.
the reason why I said that is
I don't
because
care why you said it, man. I don't care how you said it. That sounded fucked up. But I'm glad you were honest because that's how you really felt.
no, that's what you just told me, that life is not fair. That's why I said that.
Yeah, okay. You're responsible for the words that come out of your mouth. You're not gonna make it seem like I put those words there.
I'm not
That
saying
that,
that.
that dog won't hunt.
What I'm saying is that's the
Ma'am, answer my question. Answer my question. How is it fair that another man has to raise your daughter?
it's not fair.
Then why are you asking for fairness?
When I was asking for fairness, I was being fair by accepting him and this child.
You're not accepting him, ma'am. He has his own daughter to raise. How is it fair for him to take food and money and resources from his biological child to share it with your biological child who is not going to be an asset? You're not
Because
doing. Listen, ma'am. Listen.
wait,
If it was not you, you would not see that this man is being done any favors. He's helping you out.
he is helping me out, but the reason why I don't feel like I am such a liability to him is because my role in his business directly affects the financial. I do help him. I
How
do
long has
help
he
him.
been in business?
Excuse me.
How long has he been in business?
I know at least one of his businesses has been around for 8 years.
I'm sorry, your little 6 months of doing something ain't that important.
I'm the first and only woman that's worked
Your
for
little
him. So
6 months of doing something ain't that important. This man had his custody of his daughter and was running a successful business before he met you. Don't diminish that man like that.
I'm not trying to diminish him.
You
I just
said
felt
no. Well, what I did, what you did, his business was around 8 years.
I was not trying to diminish him. The
The
reason why
issue is, ma'am, you're in a situation that you don't like, and you're trying to balance it out, and it won't balance.
that's not
It
true.
won't balance. It's like a square wheel. It will not roll. It will not roll. And this is what, and how about this? Let's go to it a different way. If at 19 years old or 18 years old, you had known then what you know about being a single mother now, would you have chosen? Would you still make the choice that you did to get pregnant?
no, sir.
That's all we need to know. That's the test of a decision. Would you do it again?
But I never decided to be a single mom. I woke up one day and was like, I want to be independent. That was never my mindset. I've been wanting to be, and I've been marriage since I was probably 18. I actually thought.
You got pregnant before marriage. That makes you a single mother.
I understand what that makes me, but
Then
that doesn't.
you woke up and decided to be a single mom.
I woke up to do what was best for my child. I did not feel.
You got pregnant before you got married. You decided to be a single mother. That's
Right.
what makes you a single mother. And the more you dance around that issue just because you don't like the classification, it's still a square wheel. And it's only going to impede your progress because you're fighting against reality.
So I
But
should just break.
the reality, and here's the reality: the market get to decide.
So I should.
Let me net it out to you. Let me net it out to you, ma'am. Who gets to decide the price of a vehicle, the price of something? The person who's buying or the person who's selling? Who gets to decide the value? The buyer or the seller?
Initially, the buyer. I mean, not the buyer.
Not initially. Not
Seller.
initially.
Initially, the seller.
No, the seller sets a price. The
Yes.
buyers determine whether or not they want to pay that price.
Okay, so I had it backwards.
Right. So that's how that works. The men are the buyers. And sorry, the buyers, men, value single mothers less than women with children, and less than women without children.
If I'm gonna just be honest, like what I feel like, not 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 what I think you're doing. Like what I'm getting out this conversation is that I just need to end my relationship and start being a single mom. Like it sounds like it's no hope for a single mom. What you do, no matter how hard you try. Like that's really what I'm getting out the conversation. And I don't want to be like my uncles that my aunts that bitter and not married and bitter and divorced. Like I want to make a change. So I did make a mistake, but but in a conversation, I fucked up so bad. I probably can't do anything. I just feel like
ma'am, I want you to go back to the beginning of the conversation. Did this man start dating you with the express intention of wanting to marry you?
If I'm honest, I don't know.
Well, then that's the problem. See, so don't tell me what you're getting off of this conversation when you started dating a man knowing you wanted to be married and you didn't get that clear first. See, that's why I'm good at what. No, ma'am, I let you speak. That's why I'm good at what I do. Because you try to put yourself into what you're getting is you're not dating on purpose. You're not choosing a man based upon the outcome you want and the situation you're in. You're not getting buy-in from that initially. So if you find yourself 6 months down the line, quitting your job, working for a man, you're trying to put a square peg in a round hole to reverse engineer a relationship to be a marriage. Did that man start off dating you with the intention of wanting to get married? If the answer is no, then you shouldn't have dated him.
That doesn't. I can't understand I can't understand this because I don't think.
What do you mean you don't understand it? What do you mean you don't understand it? Hi, John. My name is. What's your first name?
Maya.
Maya. Hey, John. My name is Maya. How you doing? Yeah, I think you're cute. You think I'm cute? You want to go out? You want to go to a date? Cool. Well, guess I'm looking to get married. I'm only want to date towards marriage.
That conversation has happened.
Do you want to get married? Okay, so you only want to date towards marriage too? Okay, great. And what kind of time frame do you want to get married? Oh, in 2-3 years? Oh, that's too long. Hope you find what you're looking for. Click close next. That ain't hard to understand. Pretty straightforward.
But that conversation.
Pretty straightforward, is it not?
Yes.
Was that straightforward?
Yes, and that conversation happened. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We had the conversation of I want to get married. I want to have a wife. I want to make sure I'm with somebody.
What kind of time frame did he say he wanted to be married in?
That's the one question I did not ask.
Well, then that's not the see what you just said is that's the conversation that happened, folks. And I've asked one question, and that just shows that's not what happened. That ain't what happened. So I don't trust, ma'am. That ain't what happened. So I don't trust your recollection because you said that's what happened.
No, when I said that's what happened, I was referring to the conversation of, do you want to get married?
Yeah, he wants to get married. He wants to get married, ma'am. Does he want to get married? Yes. In what time frame? You didn't ask that question, but you knew that you wanted to get married in a short time frame. That's on you. But here's the other question. Just because he wants to get married doesn't mean he's going to marry you. He may have dated you, Josh. He may have dated you and said, you know what? I don't like it. I don't like this. But see, that's the thing. If you're serious, you should check in. You said you quit your job and all this other stuff. Did you quit your job based upon what? Him putting a ring on your finger? An
No,
engagement?
no,
A conversation about we're getting married, right? Because you already had a baby, thinking a man was gonna marry you, right? Shouldn't
right.
you have learned from that?
I mean, yeah, I'm not
Shouldn't you have
having.
learned from that?
I did. I'm not having a baby with somebody
No,
that's
but
not gonna.
you're still making life altering decisions for you and your daughter, and you're not getting shit clarified. See how that works?
Yes,
Comes
sir.
back to you. What? I mean, did I miss something? I mean, that comes back to you, man. I mean, it's not on him. It comes back to you.
It's just.
Hold on. It's just what?
It just sounds like I need to end my relationship and focus on being a single mom.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Uh,
man, here's the thing. There is a scenario where all choices aren't good. You ever see the movie Saw?
no, sir.
There's a movie called Saw where, in order to save your life, people have had to saw off their hand, do
The little
crazy shit. Yeah.
man on the track. I know what you're talking about.
Well, then, ma'am, you're in that's the box you're in. And see, that's what we need to tell women. When you decide to have babies outside of wedlock, especially with men you don't know who are not of the kind of caliber that you want to be with, you put yourself in a box. And you can't get mad when you get the people judge the box.
It's
You
not
know,
even a.
okay, ma'am, all your options might not be good options. That's just what it is. I can't change it. I can't change it. I can't change it. No need to go round, round, and round. Always the victim. No, no. Didn't you learn?
Man, what a surgical video by Kevin. This one was insane and one of the best ones that I've watched so far. This woman got a dose of reality. The mirror was held up at her so she could reflect and see her own problems. And again, hopefully something that we all learn from. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure you guys turn on post notifications so you guys will be alerted when we upload more videos just like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.